Once upon a time, in a small African village, there lived a beautiful young woman named Adesua. She was from a polygamous home, and her father had two wives, Yemi and Ngozi. Adesua was the only child to her mother, while her stepmother gave birth to three children, two girls and one boy. Adesua lost her mother at the tender age of 15 and was left under the care of her wicked stepmother, Ngozi. The death of her mother marked the beginning of a tragic tale in her life. Her stepmother made her carry out all the chores in the house and running all the errands, while her children stayed at home doing nothing. Sometimes Adesua was left hungry while her step-siblings dig out all the food in the pot. This attitude of Adesua's stepmother, Ngozi, began to attract the attention of the villagers, who would often call on the attention of Adesua's father towards the ill treatment of his wife towards his daughter. But instead, he would scold them and ask them to mind their business. As days turned into months, and months into years, Adesua grew into a fine young woman, admired by all, not just for her resilience, but also for her beauty and hard-working character. The young men in the community could not stop to have a gaze of her stunning beauty. Soon enough, suitors started flooding their compound, asking for her hand in marriage. The first was a man named Buchi, who was a very successful businessman in the city. After his visit to Adesua's family, a day was fixed for their traditional marriage. But there was a problem. Adesua's stepmother, Ngozi, was not happy about the recent developments. Why successful young men only came for Adesua and for none of her beautiful daughters. She then came up with a plan to destroy Adesua's happiness by chasing away all suitors who came for her hand in marriage. She then visits a powerful native doctor that will give her a charm to lay a curse on Adesua. On the day of her traditional marriage, Adesua is given a glass of wine by her father to present it to her future husband. Adesua, with a glass of wine in her hand, moves between the crowd, searching for her future husband, Buchi. As she approaches him, all he could see was a deadly monster approaching him. He begins to run for his dear life, saying, "Don't kill me, please." His family members follow suit, and the marriage is put to an end. No one was unable to unravel the mystery behind what happened. Soon enough, Adesua becomes an object of mockery amongst the villagers. Her stepmother was very happy with the turn of events. 1 year later, another suitor comes for her hand in marriage, and the same thing happened. This became a routine for all the men that came for Adesua's hand in marriage. Soon enough, Adesua became a desolate land no man wanted to be associated with. Adesua continues to suffer from the hand of her wicked stepmother. One day, as Adesua was in the backyard cleaning the dishes, she suddenly hears the voice of a woman crying for help. As she rushes to give a helping hand, she finds the body of a lifeless woman lying on the ground. Indeed, it was the body of her stepsister, Ngozi's eldest daughter. Meanwhile, in the market square, Ngozi had suddenly run mad after confessing that her daughter had discovered the calabash that was given to her by the native doctor to lay a curse on Adesua. 6 months later, Adesua met a man named Emeka, and they later got married and lived together happily ever after.